Hello and welcome to my channel. I will be summarizing one book per week for you, which will take about 20 to 30 minutes. This week, I have a new and popular book by Michelle Tillis titled 11 Laws of Likability, with the subheadings below which mean how to build a network of people through deep connections, because people like to do business with people they like. How many people in this world don't like to be respected, loved, and valued? In fact, our purpose in networking is to gain respect, love, and appreciation from others. Because through those relationships, we can continue to grow and receive support in our work, profession, moving forward in life. In this book, the author shares 11 rules that we can all immediately apply, which are all important principles and need to know and apply to gain respect, love, and appreciation from the people around us, both in personal and professional terms. In this book, the author says that just by being confident, you will be able to create a valuable relationship and create a network of people who will continue to support you, both in personal and professional terms, in a sustainable way. One of the author's powerful words, which is highlighted in this book, is building relationships is not only to serve the interests of business or work, but it has more value than that. It is the creation of a connection between people and people, both emotionally and mentally, and also romance. Please do not just create a network of people, but create a connection between people through real feelings and emotions. We can fully connect with others when we are authentic. In fact, our relationships will grow better and last longer, and we will feel good about those relationships, both personally and professionally. There is no right or wrong way to build a relationship, but what you should remember is that you must build a relationship by being your true self, not pretending to be someone else. The author emphasizes that if you feel that the relationship is not right for you, you do not need to try to pretend to be someone else. Next, I will summarize the 11 rules for gaining respect, which are as follows. Rule 1. To gain respect, love, and affection, you must be authentic. If you have already used your true self to build a relationship, you must be authentic and value that relationship. Your true self is your beauty, a combination of unique qualities that no one else in the world has, including your natural responsiveness and energy. When you use all of your true self in your relationships, others will respond to you in return. By doing so, you can build a better understanding of each other, continue to support each other, and grow together. So the first rule, which is to use your true self to connect with others, is essential to creating lasting and authentic relationships. To be your true self, don't try to show or hide anything that isn't your true self. Rule 2. Focus on your positive self-image. This means that if you have a lot of positive self-image, you can also attract positive feelings from others to come to you. However, if you have a lot of negative self-image, it is really difficult to attract positive feelings from others to think about you. Usually, each of us has both positive and negative self-images. If you think of yourself as a person, others will also easily think of you as a person. Therefore, every thought or view you have about yourself will become a real state of perception and appreciation from the people around you. So focus on and maintain your positive self-image well. The author emphasizes that you can find your values and positivity by sitting down and looking at all aspects of your life. You can also ask your good friends or family members to help you tell you what your values are and what is most attractive. By doing this, you also give yourself the opportunity to understand and see your values or positive self-image through the eyes of others. Sometimes those other people can help you think of many positive aspects of yourself that you never even thought of. Your mindset or thoughts about yourself can create an image of yourself that others can see and judge you through. For example, thinking that you are not qualified enough to do those things, or that I have nothing to give or share with others. This kind of thinking will make you create many negative images of yourself. If you have ever thought and said this before, please stop thinking or saying this and try to think about your good points as much as possible. Continue to maintain them and try to use all those positive images to communicate with others and to identify yourself as a person to others. Rule 3. Be mindful. Don't be too quick to assume or judge people based on little evidence that you have or don't have. For example, when you see someone who is very good but shy or lacks confidence or doesn't like talking to others, etc., you immediately start to judge them as someone who is not good or weak or incapable, etc. Give them time to show you who they really are. Don't judge them too quickly. The way you value and evaluate others is how they will value and evaluate you. To be able to impress others, the first meeting is the most important because people are very quick to judge people because they're easily influenced by what they see only through their eyes. Not many people can see beyond what they see through their eyes. So maintain your positive image, keep your true nature. Every time you meet someone, no matter the first time or many times, you should improve the following 3 special points. Point 1 is speech. Point 2, use of voice. Point 3 is related to your appearance, gestures, posture, walking, standing, sitting, and dressing. Let's go back to point 1, speech. You should not talk nonsense, gossip a lot, and do not say or promise things that you cannot do. Speak only true words, useful words, and at the right time. If you have something to say and you cannot decide whether to say it or not, it is better not to say anything at all. Wait for the right opportunity to come at the right time to say it. The second point is related to the use of voice. The purpose of this book is to teach people how to raise their voices properly. The use of their voices can show others about your responsibility and confidence in your words and actions. The third point is related to your appearance, clothing, and body language. According to a study by psychologist Albert Mehrabian, when someone likes or dislikes another person, it is because they base their ratings on these factors. 55% of the score is based on body language and facial expressions. Another 38% is based on how well they use their voices, whether they are loud or soft. And the final 7% is based on how well they use their words. Rule 4. Energy. In this book, the author states that it is human nature to be afraid of something or someone they know well. You will radiate positive or negative energy to the people around you, and others will be affected by these influences. If you radiate a lot of positive energy, you will make others feel that you are an optimistic person, full of energy. And that energy must be real energy that comes from within you, not an act. For example, if you were a motivational speaker, but if you yourself are not energetic, not charismatic, not energetic, not even confident, how can you share that positive energy to motivate and inspire your audience? You can learn to understand your energy by allowing others from different walks of life to ask you the following questions and have them give you feedback. If I were to describe my personality or feelings when I am with you, how would you describe it? Am I aggressive, emotional, easily offended, or irrational? Rule 5. Be curious. Whenever you use your true self to communicate with others, you will also want to know about them. This is why you want to know as much about them as possible. No one likes to sit and listen to your story alone. You should also be able to show interest in the stories, gestures, or words of your conversation partner or others. Your relationships will develop better if you can show others that you are really interested and pay attention to their stories, words, and actions. And when you are curious about others, that is the starting point for conversation. And it will make the communication through conversation smoother and easier and closer. Showing your curiosity helps you get to know people you have never met before, will help them get to know you better. When you start a conversation, focus on the other person, who is the conversation partner. People love to talk about themselves and like people who listen to them, so you should know how to take advantage of this. You should also remember that relationships can only grow better if the benefits are shared with each other in a transparent way. To make a conversation lively and not lacking in words, both parties should know how to ask open-ended questions that require interpretation or explanation,
or questions that ask about their interests or opinions on something.
Rule 6. Practice listening to others a lot. Learn to listen to others carefully. It is very difficult to understand others if you do not hear what they say well. Learning to listen to others well provides many benefits, among which we see that it can build trust, find common interests or interests, understand what other people need, and also learn about their main concerns, and can even go so far as to take them to heart. Active listening is very useful because productive collaboration depends on whether you are able to listen to each other and accept good input from each other. Good listening occurs at 3 different levels. Level 1, inward listening, listening as input. This level allows you to connect what you hear to something you have already gone through, an experience in your life. Level 2, outward listening, listening with an external element. This level allows you to listen more attentively and seek out additional information to confirm and verify. Rule 7, similarity. People feel best when they meet people who are similar to them. Showing your similarities to others can help them become your allies and can automatically make them feel close to you. Starting from these similarities, you can help you and your conversation partner develop better trust. Try to find similarities with someone you want to get to know or talk to, and you can use those similarities as a topic of conversation to start a good relationship. In this book, the author also reveals a technique to show that you are similar to your partner, called the mirroring method. You can use this technique to match the other person's behavior and gestures to show your similarity to your partner during a conversation. For example, if your partner always looks you in the eye when they talk, you should do the same when it's your turn to talk, looking into your partner's eyes. But you have to remember to use this method wisely and appropriately, and don't just copy them all the time. For example, if someone takes a step back from you when they are talking, it means they want to keep a personal distance from you. In this case, you don't need to do the same when you are talking, because they may think that you don't like them or feel uncomfortable with them. So you prioritize them taking a step back. But you don't need to do the same for them. Rule 8. Feelings of remembrance. Leaving a lasting impression on someone is more powerful than the words you've said to them. People's emotions can change over time, but they can still remember you clearly with the impression you made on them when they first met. This is called feelings of remembrance, and it has a huge impact on how much a person likes and cares about someone else. So, to be a person who is loved and cared about by others, you should be able to create feelings of remembrance for everyone. Don't make them feel offended, and be careful with the words you use. Try to use your eyes. Look into the eyes of your interlocutor to show that you are listening and enjoying talking to them. Keep your smile on a regular basis. Sometimes you can nod your head as if to show your agreement with something the other person is saying, but don't do it too often. Another thing you shouldn't overlook is to ask for advice or suggestions from your conversation partner to show and confirm that their advice or suggestions are valuable to you. Give your partner a chance. Give your partner a reasonable amount of time, as much as you can. Say nice things to your conversation partner or other people and compliment them sincerely when you have the chance. Rule 9. Closeness. If someone knows and understands you clearly, and what they know is all about you positively, it means that you are on the right path to gaining respect and love from others. The more they know about your positive points, the better. Keep your presence in their memory by sending them birthday greetings or condolences in any difficult situation that has happened to them or their loved ones. In our internet age, this is not difficult. You can easily keep your presence in their memory by communicating regularly on social networks such as Facebook, which is a great place to maintain and enhance your relationship with someone you love. In this era, LinkedIn is a great network builder for business people. As for the social network Twitter, as of 2011 alone, it has reached 175 million users, and it has become an invaluable place to create and maintain close relationships with old friends and make new friends, as well as create more intimacy with many others who have similar interests and understanding. Rule 10. Sharing. A great way to gain respect and love from others is to give them something of value. This doesn't just mean money, but it can also be sharing knowledge, skills, or experiences, ideas, etc.
One thing to keep in mind, and this is true and can be tested, is that whenever you give something to someone, you will get something back, whether you want it or not. This is true nature. Just remember that you are worthy, without expecting anything in return. That is enough. Let nature take its course.
Rule 11. Patience. The more patience you have, the better your situation will be. To increase your patience, put your expectations aside. But please, don't expect a response from someone you think will never happen. Patience is the best way for those who do good deeds or actions for others and are usually disappointed if they do not get immediate rewards in return. Most of the time in relationships, a large number of people always get hurt. Hurt because most of them lack patience, wanting immediate rewards from their relationships. Learn to reduce your expectations and instead think that you have given your time to do good to others without resentment or expecting anything in return. This kind of thinking will make you lazy and restless. But as a law of nature and a factor of fate, you will get rewards for your good deeds in the right time in the future. Patience is the most important virtue. Patience helps you do good things for others without worrying about getting anything in return, and it will make you truly respect, love, and like others.
Conclusion. Respect from others is important for each person because it can predict the level of success we can achieve in life. This is because success in our lives depends on the richness and depth of our personal and professional relationships, as well as the networks we have built, and the respect and love of others is something we cannot miss on the path to success. In short, the more we receive respect and love from others, the deeper the relationships we have built and the wider our networks. Remember these points. When you love yourself, others will love you too. Always be your true self. When you first meet someone, you need to capture their attention by expressing your positive attitude. Pay attention to 3 things. A, your speech. B, your tone of voice. And C, your appearance, gestures, and facial expressions. Allow time for others to tell you who they really are. Allow others to tell you more about themselves than you do about yourself. Give gifts and treat others with kindness. Keep your presence in others' memories for a long time. Maintain your patience and do good deeds without expecting anything in return. Congratulations on finishing another book. Thank you and goodbye.